What happened? The day begins in fragile calm, establishing the hostile Martian. What happened?
Subsurface heat activity is revealed, foreshadowing the presence of lava vein serpents below.
What happened?
What happened?
The lava vein network beneath the surface becomes active, confirming immediate danger. The aliens initiate survival techniques designed to evade heat-sensing predators.
What happened?
The Cantti actively regulate body temperature to avoid detection by underground creatures.
What happened?
The Cantti acknowledge that sound and vibration can trigger deadly consequences. What happened?
The crossing begins at the safest possible window before solar heat spreads.
What happened?
Precision movement reduces vibration and heat spikes that could alert predators.
What happened? The Lava Vein Serpents' habitat is fully established, escalating tension as danger moves closer. What happened?
The presence of a moving lava vein serpent is detected indirectly through ground vibration.
What happened?
What happened?
The serpent fails to lock onto a heat source and does not surface. What happened?
What happened?
Environmental dust is used passively to aid thermal concealment.
What happened?
What happened?
The sudden heat spike nearly alerts a lava vein serpent.
What happened?
What happened?
The threat dissipates without triggering a serpent emergence. What happened?
Cats.
Environmental conditions worsen as solar heat amplifies the danger of detection.
What happened, Dave?
The risk of lethal thermal exposure increases as body temperature control becomes unstable. What happened? Survival requires pushing physiological limits to suppress heat production. What happened? What happened?
The group adapts tactics to reduce collective thermal detection.
What happened?
Panic disrupts thermal control, creating a fatal heat signal.
What happened? A lava vein serpent locks onto the heat source and prepares to breach. What happened? The first direct attack is initiated as the serpent surfaces.
What happened?
The serpent's emergence destabilizes the terrain and exposes lethal heat.
What happened?
The serpent actively searches for the strongest heat source.
What happened?
Delayed reaction seals the Cantti's fate.
What happened? The alien's body becomes a concentrated thermal beacon. What happened?
The Cantti is captured and dragged beneath the surface.
What happened? Discipline prevents further heat spikes that could attract more serpents. What happened? Additional lava vein serpents are detected moving nearby.
What happened?
The Cantti shift fully into survival mode.
What happened? Thermal signatures are reduced to evade further detection. What happened? The survivors prepare a controlled thermal countermeasure using the environment. What happened? The ground temperature is disrupted through sudden thermal displacement. What happened?
A sharp temperature drop confuses heat-sensing predators below.
What happened? The serpent loses its thermal lock and becomes disoriented. They prepare a heat-based decoy to redirect the serpent.
A strong false heat source is created at a safe distance.
What happened? The predator abandons the Cantti and follows the decoy. What happened?
The serpent fully departs the immediate area.
What happened? The crossing resumes under a narrowing window of safety. What happened?
Environmental conditions exceed survival forecasts, increasing lethal risk.
The Cantti struggle to maintain thermal discipline as fatigue sets in.
What happened?
What happened? The alien becomes a strong thermal signal. What happened? Another serpent locates and attacks a weakened target. What happened?
The alien is killed instantly, leaving no chance of rescue.
What happened? What happened? Several serpents converge on the area. What happened? The terrain becomes highly unstable and deadly. What happened? The group is systematically eliminated by the heat hunters. What happened?
What happened? Visual concealment proves useless against heat-sensing predators.
Only one survivor remains.
What happened?
The survivor suppresses vital functions to avoid detection. What happened?
Thermal output is further reduced using environmental insulation.
What happened?
Body heat is drained directly into the stone.
What happened? The serpents search within striking distance.
What happened?
Absolute immobility prevents thermal spikes.
Time stretches unbearably as the sun crawls overhead. Shadows shift slowly while nothing else moves.
What happened? The predators are deceived and abandon the area. What happened?
What happened?
The battlefield is confirmed clear of immediate threats. What happened?
The total loss of the group becomes undeniable.
What happened?
A final objective remains, despite devastating losses.
What happened?
The survivor continues the mission alone.
What happened? Mars enters its most dangerous daylight phase. What happened?
The Lava Vein network enters a temporary dormant state.
What happened? The cost of survival is visibly recorded on the landscape. What happened? The cycle of predation continues beneath Mars.